So once again, there was some error. Sorry for that. I'll discuss some controversial issues for you. I had been alarmed in my previous meetings with the answers that some people were giving, not taking some good stands, which were not to my liking. So, some common controversial issues we'll be taking today, and of course, your doubts. You may come up with any doubt on any matter, we'll take them. Uh, for instance, let's say the same sex marriage. Now, it's a very common thing that Supreme Court, everyone knows that Supreme Court gave a judgment on the same sex marriage. Now, the issue was that many people took a stand when I interviewed them that same sex marriage, we need to wait for the society to accept the concept of homosexuality. And then we need to make a law on the same sex marriage, let the society be ready, and then we should make a law. In fact, a serving officer also, he gave me his answers and two to three officers. Uh, Please understand, Supreme Court, just because he said that Supreme Court did not give any guidelines on it, or Supreme Court did not make any law for it or any rules for it, and hence he said that society is not ready and we should not make a law on it. We should not recognize it. Please understand one thing. It is not Supreme Court's job to make a law. Supreme Court has not banned same-sex relations in the society. Same-sex relations were actually homosexuality was decriminalized if we go back to the Naz Foundation case. Yes, there was an instance in the Suresh Kaushal case where it was criminalized again. But if you see the legal precedent, then Supreme Court has been quite liberal with respect to homosexuality. If you see the Nalsa judgment, the Honorable Court recognized the third gender. If you see Puttaswamy, the Honorable Court gave you the right to privacy. If you see Navtesh Singh Johar, obviously, the Honorable Court simply said that yes, two consenting men, two consenting women, that is, the homosexual couples can establish physical relations. We have no issues or we have no business about that. So it decriminalized homosexuality. Now, if I am allowing a same sex couple to have relations outside their marriage, and the government of India also gave some guidelines regarding, that the same sex couples can open some bank account or something, then what is the next logical step here? The next logical step here is to let them get married. Why are we actually putting in a legal vacuum here? And if there will be a legal vacuum, and if tomorrow there will be some litigations related to the same sex marriage, what will happen? It would be as per the whims and fancies of the interpreter, that how to interpret the institution of same sex marriage. Some would say it is good, some would say it is bad. So what I mean to say is that when we are talking about same sex marriage, we need to also see the intent of the court. The intention of the court was not to not make a law, or the intention of the court was not to stop parliament from making a law for the same sex marriage. In fact, it has put the ball in the court of the Parliament of India, that you are the lawmaker. You want or you don't want the society to have a same sex marriage, you decide it. Now Parliament will decide it. And what legal precedents tell us is that yes, we ought to regularize, or we ought to legalize the same sex marriages. So do you people agree? Same sex marriage may your stand has to be that yes sir, why not? There should not be a legal vacuum, or yeah, a law. There should be a law on the same, and we need to regularize them. We need to give them a tick. Now, what is left after Nalsa, after Puttaswamy, after Navtesh Singh Johar? And in fact, the Supreme Court has also told you in the Hadia case and many other cases that you people have the right to choose your partner under Article 21, right to life and liberty. And choosing your partner does not mean choosing the partner of the opposite gender. Choosing your partner means that you can choose the partner of the same gender as well. So does that not make us okay, or give it a tick for the same sex marriage? अगर कोई डाउट है यहाँ पर, कोई आर्ग्यूमेंट इफ यू वांट, Okay, one argument was that, sir, society is not ready for it. Let the society not be ready for it. Society will never be ready for it. There are some things we need to enforce by law, even if the society is not ready. Can you give me some examples, my dear people? What about dowry? Society will never be ready to give up patriarchy. Society will never be ready to give up dowry or child marriage, but we need to enforce laws. Yes, absolutely. Tarkaram and Priyanshi, dowry untouchability. Society will never be ready to eradicate untouchability. And Shubhra says Sati. Yes, Sati was not favored by the then Raja Ram Mohan Roy and other people when these social reformers came. So same sex marriage को आप approval दीजिए मेरे हिसाब से. You people give the approval to the same sex marriage. Now, another controversial issue is the live in relationship. Please understand, there are two things to it. One is your, okay, if you want to say something, Vishal, you may say. Please go ahead.
Sir, this particular question was asked to me in one of the mock, and
Hmm,
I took the same stand like you said.
hmm,
But
hmm,
sir, then the panel member said, like, have you even read what the Solicitor General said in the Supreme Court? Like,
hmm.
if we just legalize the same-sex marriage, then there are like around 200 statutes that needs to be changed, because in every statute we have considered that male and female as a couple and not the same sex people. Then he has given some biological arguments also. So he was like, you have to put both the sides and not only one side where you are
And you
ensuring
say
article 20.
You say, sir, there are legal challenges to it. Yes, the laws have to be, statutes have to be amended. You can do that in a single law. Wherever, for the purpose of interpretation of law, we need to interpret the word marriage. The word marriage would also include the marriage of the couples who are of the same gender or of the same sex. You can just add a line in interpretation of whatever the previous statutes are. See, whatever we do, homosexual. Okay, why did we decriminalize the homosexuality then? We did it. Supreme Court has done it. Supreme Court does not make law, so it has upheld the notion of separation of powers and the doctrine of non-interference. Supreme Court ने बोला, we will not interfere in your lawmaking process. It is similar to the Vishaka guidelines, sexual harassment of women at workplace. In 1997, the Vishaka guidelines came into being, Vishal. Lekin the law was made after 17 years. Sumit, I'm answering your question as well. Sumit says, sir, then why has the government not made a law? भाई वो बना देगा. It is busy discussing Vande Mataram right now. It is busy, you can't just make a law like this. The Ministry of Law and Justice will sit down. There will be some feminist scholars like you. There will be some political scholars. There will be some, retired bureaucrats. There will be some ADGP or men of law and order like Shri Mahesh Bhagwat sir, Telangana ADGP. There will be some, let's say, some UPSC mentors, maybe if we are invited. There would be some socialists, sociologists. There would be some political activists. There would be some feminine or feminist lawyers like Madam Indira Jaisingh, Shashi Tharoor, some smart men like handsome men like him, and then the law would be made. Retired judges of the Supreme Court and the High Court. Maybe we'll invite DY Chandrachud. Committee बनेगी, उस पर बात होगी. The draft bill would come out, and then it would be rolled out in the public, and PSR legislative research will publish the draft, and that would come to the Hindu and Express, and you people will criticize. We'll discuss it online, and then the law will be made. ऐसा थोड़ी है कि गवर्नमेंट विल मेक अ लॉ. विशाखा गाइडलाइंस वर, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, Vishaka guidelines were given out in 1997 by the Honorable Supreme Court. The law regarding the sexual harassment of women at workplace was made in 2013. I think after 14, after 17 years, the law was made, Sumit. It doesn't mean that the law was not needed. Lokpal 2014. It should have been made in 1951 by Chacha Nehru. It was made in 2014. Not making a law does not mean that the law is not required here. Yes, your question is right, and you could be asked this counter question in the interview. Vishal, have does that make sense?
Yes, sir, completely. Thank you,
हाँ
sir.
बिल्कुल. आप सेम सेक्स के बारे में देखो. अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने, had the honorable court not decriminalized homosexuality, Then I would have said that, okay, my dear, you are not allowed to have sex with the same man, with the same gender person, with the same gender. Huh? Then what is the point of getting married? Now that the government also gave some guidelines regarding the same, that okay, you people may have a shared bank account or a joint bank account. You people may get a ration card in that. Yes, statutes will be amended. Now, why not amend the statutes? Statutes would have been amended in dowry also, in privacy also, Putta Swami also, in data protection laws also. And okay, Joshi जो हैं, I don't know what Joshi means, who is Joshi, but Joshi says that lawmaking earlier also had bias. हाँ, men-centric laws, बिल्कुल. Later included women through activism only. Yes, declaration, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल. Yes, absolutely. So I am with the same-sex marriage. I raise my hand. I give it an approval. Yes, that you will support it logically. बाकी हर इंसान अपना मालिक है. There is no compulsion to choose whatever I say. Now, second is live-in relationship. Here again, there are two aspects to it. Uh, we are moving forward. If someone has a doubt, you can speak. I'm moving forward with my agenda on the live-in relationship. Okay, before that, I also want to discuss the recent notification by the Honorable UPSC that the people already in service will not allowed to take multiple attempts. Please understand one thing. Is this a progressive step? Yes. Why is it a progressive step? Please understand, if I am a person selected in IRS or IRMS, what will happen? I will temporarily draw my salary, and I'll be temporarily working in my organization in the revenue department or in the railways or in whatever department, Pashupalan Vibhag or whatever. I would have my attempts left in my kitty. I would be appearing again and again and again. Now, what this process has done is everyone is fighting for one post, that is the IAS. So we are effectively seeing that the other 800 people will be repeating or will look to repeat. Then your aspiration was IAS, you did not become IAS, you are in a wrong department, and you did not, you are actually not having your heart in your work and your work in your heart. You are thinking that this post is only temporary for me. So you are not giving it your best. Once your fate has sealed that now, okay, I'll be the IRS, during my lifetime, I'll retire as an Indian Revenue Services officer. Only then and only then will you have that motivation in you. So until and unless your fate is sealed rather. I'm sorry. So yeah, I just woke up. Your fate is sealed until and unless you will keep on thinking about where you have to go. You will keep on, preparing for the civil services. So now they have restricted it. Then you see, 4 years you served in railway services. Now, after serving for 4 years, immediately you get into the IAS. So there is a discontinuity or there is a vacuum that you've left in your department. Now a new person will come, he'll take your place, and then the next 3 to 4 years he'll take, and then he'll get into the next services. So there is a lack of continuity in railways. There is a lack of continuity in postal services. There is a lack of continuity in police services. There is a lack of continuity in the revenue services. Yes, your choice is, I am fine with your choice that in childhood you did not want to become a railway service officer or a revenue officer. You always wanted to become a police officer or a foreign service officer or an IAS officer. That's fine, I give it to you. But I will not give you so many multiple chances because you are disturbing the governance aspect in India by, side by side you are preparing also, you are taking EOLs also, and then there is a lack of continuity in governance. So this step has been deemed to be progressive. I have discussed it with many officers who I have taken today also, 5 to 7 officers I interviewed. So yes, we have a common consensus that this is progressive in a sense. Not progressive for the one who wants to repeat again and again and become an IAS officer and improve his rank. Yes, he has the constitutional right. He had the constitutional right earlier. Now he does not have. He has only a limited right to change his service. Does anyone want to agree or disagree on this? You may raise your hand or you may ask a counter question. That repetition, whatever they've rolled out, it's a good policy. I haven't read it word by word, but yes, this is what I make sense of it. that you'll only be given one chance after this. You take it or you leave it. Otherwise, you be in this service which you want to be. This is the final thing. So it will enhance one more thing. It will make the or it will create some parity between the services. Today, it is considered that everyone wants IAS. If everyone wants IAS, then maybe the IAS people would look down upon the other services. कि भाई मैं तो IAS हूँ और तुम पुलिस सर्विस रह गया, you are a revenue service officer. So it will create a parity among services. What suggestions you could give here is that, sir, we need to make the other services also count. We just don't need to make them the departments of the government. IAS is a whole state. So when you are an IAS officer, you may not be a teacher, but you can still run schools. You may not be a police officer, but you can still maintain law and order. You may not be a nuclear scientist, you can still run the Kudankulam nuclear power plant efficiently. You may not be a civil engineer, you can still build roads and bridges. You may not be a doctor, you can still run hospitals. This is what an IAS can do. The other services are only the verticals. If you are a revenue service officer, you can only collect revenue or inspect things. If you are a railways officer, you only work in the domain of railways. Defense estates, you only work in the domain of defense estates. But being an IAS officer gives you so many opportunities. What can be done? IAS is already improved, but the other services lack that potential for unleashing your creative instincts. You want to do so much for the public, but you are not able to do it when you are in the other services. So why not give you a chance? Why not bring parity in all the services so that no one thinks of repeating it? No one thinks of giving another chance. आप बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. You can do wonders even if you are a revenue service officer or a police officer. We've seen Mr. Mahesh Bhagwat doing everything. Mahesh Bhagwat, sir, he's been contributing so much to the people, to the world, by only being a police officer. Now, only being a police officer is such a derogatory term, I feel. He is a great man. I mean, police services. But still, people aspire. They want to leave IPS and go to the IAS. So, why not make IPS better? So there is no push factor in smaller or so-called lower services, but there is a lot of pull factor in the IAS. So why not make these services and the service conditions and the seniority, and then the government should also start looking for good officers and pick officers from these services for the elite jobs like raw, the secretary level posts in the cabinet and all that. I think there should be reforms on that line as well, so that no one thinks that he is in a lower service or a higher service. Okay, do we agree with this? Now I'll discuss Prime Minister's economic advisor, Mr. Sanyal. He said that we all have a poverty of aspiration. I'll defend that as well. मेरा तो खून खौल गया था जब उन्होंने बोला कि यूपीएससी में लोग समय बर्बाद कर रहे हैं. मेरा तो खून खौल गया था when he said that ये तो बेकार लोग हैं जो यूपीएससी में साइकिल में फंसे हुए और अपने अटेम्प्ट बर्बाद कर रहे हैं. मेरा तो खून खोल गया था when he said that you people are unskilled, you people don't have any aspiration in life, you people are wasting your time, you people are wasting the national wealth or the national resource. Did he say that or not? Yes, give me a yes. Yes, he said that. He said हम ये सब कर रहे हैं. And how do we counter it? We can either agree him or we can disagree him. There is no middle path here, I would say. So if we agree him, then we are accepting that we are at fault. We are accepting that, yes, we are also wasting our time because very few of you are freshers. Very few of you in your first attempt have reached this stage, or maybe many of you have reached also, but maybe you'll repeat and you'll get a better rank or something like that. This is a normal process. Now, he says, Mr. Sanyal says that you people have a poverty of aspiration. If I would answer it in the interview, yes, Niharika, you want to say something? Okay, you just joined. Welcome to the party. So, if I were an aspirant and I were asked this question in this interview, I would definitely say this, that, sir, he may have his own views, sir. They are his personal views. That's not an official notification or something. And I would like to humbly disagree with him, sir. Sir, the reason being, I'll give these following points. Sir, first of all, he says that a lot of youth is after civil services. The youth of India is wasting its time, and a lot of youth is wasting time. Sir, UPSC form is mere 0 to 100 rupees, or maybe I think 200 rupees. I don't know the exact price now. Very cheap. So, sir, anyone who becomes a graduate, he fills the form. This is one thing. So it seems that 10 lakh people or 15 lakh people are appearing for civil services every year. Sir, that is true on paper. But, sir, the serious number of aspirants are only 50,000 to 1 lakh, sir. 1 lakh से आसपास होगा, 1.5 maybe, not more than that. I agree, I bet. And the evidence is that many people come to appear in the first paper in the morning in the prelims. They don't come for the second paper. Why? Because they have not filled those holes in the first paper. So they are non-serious, yeah, they are not prepared or they are underprepared. It's just that they satisfy the eligibility conditions. The form is very, very cheap, and it's a public forum. It's a public form. It should be cheap. We have equality of opportunity for all, and that is why the form is very cheap. No issues in that. But, sir, since so many people are appearing, it does not mean that they are actually serious about it. Only 1 lakh people are on an average serious about it. So, sir, 1 lakh out of 150 crore is not a big number. So I would humbly disagree, sir, that the whole youth of India is after it. Secondly, sir, it's not just UPSC we are after. It's the state services also. We have Pratibha Setu also. We have, sir, private industry also. Like, I am working in a private industry vis-a-vis UPSC. There are edtechs also blooming up, sir. So there are the SSC, the bank PO, and UPSC is an umbrella term for preparation. There are engineering services. There are the other posts of the other, UPSC medical officers and all that, sir. So much is there in UPSC. It is not just civil services alone. So, sir, and sir, many people are also, they are not giving their 100%. They are pursuing a private job and side by side they are preparing, or they are in some other job and side by side they are preparing. So, sir, I do not see anything wrong in this. Thirdly, sir, the nature of the exam is such that the government itself has given 6 attempts minimum to a general category. So, sir, I would say that since there is a lot of permutation and combination, there is a lot of uncertainty in this exam. So, sir, why not give them multiple attempts? We want to make the public services accessible to all, sir. We aren't just talking about the convent schools, the people studying in Delhi, or the elite institutions in Mumbai and Pune and Chennai or Kolkata, sir, or the elite institutions of the tier one cities. Sir, we do have people from the rural background also. Sir, in 1 year or 2 years of preparation, they don't even come to know about the syllabus. So, sir, 1 year or 2 years or one attempt or two attempts, very less time, sir. Uh, Totally against it. And yes, they have to reappear. And third thing, even if the youth wants to spend 50 years in something, he may do it. Why is there a poverty of aspiration? We should leave it up to the individual what he wants to do in his life or what she wants to do in her life. So, sir, why are we actually worried about so much? Why are we actually worried about a youth spending? It is his choice. So, I think, sir, this is what we can associate with a youth appearing in UPSC, and it is a misnomer to say that, or it would be a false conception or a misconception to say that whole of India's youth is appearing in UPSC. Only a few 0.001% fraction of India's youth is actually here. I only have 600 people in my group, and I only have 40 people in my meeting today. So I would say this. And any other argument that you can put forward? He also said that. So he also said that the syllabus is so static. You cram or you rote learn polity, economy, history, geography, and then you what do we say? Appear for it. You clear this exam. So there is no skilling or there is no enhancement in your personality. So this also I could counter that, sir. UPSC is the most dynamic curriculum. A person from history background uh, uh, gets the opportunity, or maybe I asked a question on artificial intelligence, sir, big data analytics, sir, quantum computing, sir, in any stage of the exam. It's not just the prelims means, it's the interview as well. So, sir, UPSC is the most dynamic syllabus. Person from any background has to cover every background. So, sir, I don't think it's a bad syllabus. UPSC exams, military training, overall development personality, yeah, that you can say. Hmm. Human resource, informed citizen, politically aware citizenry, whatever you may call. Okay, guys. So guys, do you agree or you want to, disagree or you want to counter it or you want to discuss it? You may. Else, I'll approach the next topic which I have decided. So is this interview helping? Okay, okay. Vamika agrees. So, is this helping you guys? Is this session? This would be my session today. My session would be on all the controversial topics, whichever you put forward or whichever I want to put forward. If you people are happy, I would definitely help you more on this. All right. How are you doing, Sugandhika and company? Pradeep, Sugandhika, Vishal, Niharika. All right. Wonderful people. So next is same-sex marriage we've done. Next issue is the live-in relationship. Please understand. Okay, you don't be stressed, Sukandika. Right, you don't have to be stressed. I know your interview is very near. Samsung X520. Thank you so much for saying so enriching. So, live-in relationships. See, if they ask you what is your view on live-in relationship, you say, sir, personally, I don't want a live-in relationship in my life, or I don't want a relationship in my life, or I want to have multiple partners in my life, or I want to, whatever you want to do in your personal life. But sir, I have no issue with another person having a living relationship, sir. I repeat myself. So personally, I may get married with my parents' consent, or the choice of girl who my parents want me to get married, or sir, my bua will arrange a rishta for me, or sir, I would fall in a love marriage, and I would not have a live-in relationship before a marriage. You say whatever you want in your personal life. He doesn't care about it. He cares about your views regarding other people. You say, sir, I am totally in consent. I am totally okay with people having a live-in relationship. PDA alag cheez hai. Public display of affection is fine. They may not have it in public. You may not kiss in public in India. But can you not have a live-in relationship in India? Yes. The Honorable Supreme Court has actually asked the states to protect the live-in couples. It has even ordered the Khap Panchayats of Haryana to protect them, and the police departments of so many states to help people in live-in relationships. So Supreme Court has given a tick. It has given you the right to choose your partner and the right to privacy. So live-in relationship is not an illegal institution in India. It's a legalized institution and recognized institution in India. Judiciary has given it a tick. And you should, in my opinion, you should accept it for the society. Society is evolving, my dear people. The institution of marriage is not the only way the two people can live together. They may live together in a cohabitable environment, in a lovable relationship, even outside the marriage. And this is what live-in is. And Supreme Court has even recognized the children being born out of the live-in relationship. It has even recognized the legitimacy of those children who are born out of live-in couples. So why should we not support live-in relationships? And now talking about Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand has become the first state to regularize the institution. Yes, I'm coming to it, Samsung. So Samsung अपना नाम बदल लो ताकि मैं आपको Samsung ना बोलूं, मैं आपको X520 ना बोलूं, मैं आपका नाम ले लूं. Yes, I'm coming to the Uttarakhand part. Don't worry. सो यही नहीं, अभी और सुनिए. सो लिव इन रिलेशनशिप, yes, Uttarakhand has. So if he asks you, let's say he throws a question that do you think that the regularization or the mandatory registration of live-in relationships in Uttarakhand is a threat to the privacy of the consenting couples? You can take this view which I am giving you, and you may even reject it. In my opinion, sir, it is a very progressive step. Recently, sir, we've seen that many live-in couples have had to face violence. Many live-in couples have actually violated each other. The girls have faced violence just as domestic violence, and the men have faced false rape cases and even violence from their live-in partner. And secondly, sir, there might be a lot of illegal abortions going on due to non-recognition or a fear of the society. So, sir, Uttarakhand has become the first ever state in India to recognize and legalize the institution of live-in relationship. Sir, it is actually in line with the Honorable Supreme Court judgment to give the couples a legal protection, and it is the duty of the state to give these couples a legal protection, and they have the right to choose their partner. One thing is this. The other thing is, sir, if the state does not know you, how will the state protect you? If there's a girl living in my room, and I cut her into pieces and put her into the refrigerator. This is what we've been seeing on social media or newspapers in the past. So, how will this thing be protected? If my Aadhaar card is in the police station, if my partner's Aadhaar card is in the police station, only then will the police know that yes, these landlords have a couple living on rent and they are in a live in relationship, they are not married couples. And if tomorrow something happens to my live in partner or something happens to me, then the police can question my existence or her existence or whatever has happened to me. Thirdly, sir, the privacy concerns would be only if the data is leaked. Do you not have a fear of your privacy concern if you are single? Your private Aadhaar data is with UPSC. What if UPSC leaks your? Huh. All right, Chandni, I'll answer this also. Informing parents under 21. I'll answer everything. Don't worry. I'll answer all your doubts. I'll cater to all your doubts, Chandni. So, okay, I was talking about the privacy. Please understand one thing. Uh, Privacy is only infringed if the data is leaked. If the data is not leaked, how will the privacy go out? Even there are married couples who have their marriage certificates. My police verification of my passport was done by the police when it came to my home. Privacy is only a concern if the data is leaked. And police is not posting your live-in relationship on the billboard or social media. You two people are going to the police station to register a complaint or an FIR. Will that thing come out in public? No. Similarly, you two people are registering your marriage in the court. Will that thing come out in public? No. So if you are registering your live-in relationship, why should this come out in public? What can be done? We could sensitize the police, or we could have an online thing registration. Chandni says that what about informing parents? See, there are some contentious provisions in the law. What you will say is, sir, no law is perfect. Yes, Sumit. Yes, Sumit. No, sir. It can be mandatory because there is a threat to life and liberty of those consenting couples. Mandatory कर दिया तो क्या बुरा किया? See, if you don't have any, you are giving your data to the police. It does not mean that police will, concoct on or spread it on the loudspeakers that ये देखो इस घर में there are live-in couples living here. Police has to be sensitized, agree. And if there are contentious provisions, like Chandni is saying that, sir, under 21 age, couples have to inform their parents or the religious guru and whatnot. See, those things can be thought of. We even have reformed the GST so many times. We've even amended the Manarega law. We have amended the Forest Rights Act so many times. We have amended the whole CRPC. So why not, sir? After a fair consultation in the process, in the law, after a year or 2 years, after the reviews, after the legal impact assessment, sir, after the judicial impact assessment, we could definitely amend the laws and reform the laws. So, Sugandhika, how will the vigilance see the police records? It means the police has leaked your data, na? So, police should be punished here. ऐसे तो थ्रेट तो बहुत कुछ है ना सुगंधिका. ऐसे तो you should not go to the police station ever. Let's say I am a thief, I stole your wallet, Sugandhika. So you will go to the police station and I'll see the records that okay, has Sugandhika filed a complaint against me, so I'll come to you now. ये तो वही बात होगी. See, you are giving your record or your data to the government. If the government is, don't see police as a man. Police is a state, police is a government, and government does not have the right to leak your data. You go to the court under Putta Swami. Why, Sumit? Why basic of who said this is of live-in relationship that I don't want to live under laws or rituals of marriage? Who is ritualizing your marriage? Who is giving you a shapath here? No, you are not ritualizing. I don't know what are you coming up with, people. You are not ritualizing the marriage here. Please understand. You are not taking an oath कि मैं 7 फेरे लेता हूं, मैं इसकी सेवा करूंगी, 7 जन्म तक हम लिव इन कपल्स रहेंगे. Are you doing this? No, you're not doing this. Why don't you want to live? Sumit, do you not carry your license when you go to ride an Activa or you ride a bike? Tell me, Sumit. You are alone. You're not with a couple. You're not with your wife or you're not with your live-in partner. Don't you carry a license? then you are also, everyone is living under a law. Everyone in this world, everyone in this country is living under a law. You are mandated to have an Aadhaar to fill the UPSC form. You are living under the law. If you don't have an Aadhaar, you are not filling the UPSC form. So it does, you, if you want to buy a SIM card, you have to live under the law. You are in constant state vigilance. Does that hurt your privacy? Your privacy will be hurt only if the state taps your phone. And similarly, if you're a live-in couple, see, this is the mindset that needs to be changed. When you are judging a living couple, and you can't say that society is not ready for live-in relationships. Society will never be ready for it. Society will never be ready for homosexuality. So this is my take on live-in relationships, guys. You wish to take it, you are most welcome. I'll move on to the next social issue. Okay, non-Hindus. Non-Hindus are being banned in the Indian temples. Okay, shall we move forward, guys? Koi tension, koi peeda? You want to ask something? You rather switch on the mic and tell me, na? I'll be more happy rather than reading there. ओके, चलिए आगे बात करते हैं. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द नॉन हिंदूज. हाँ, I'll discuss the marital rape also. Don't worry, Rupal, I'll discuss marital rape. ये लो लिख लिया.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Saugandhika, how are you?
Please, could you take menstrual leave topic also, sir?
All right, I'll take menstrual
I'm
leave.
fine, thank you, sir. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I am good. Menstrual leave भी ले लिया. और बताइए. पेटर्निटी लीव भी ले लूंगा, मेंस्ट्रुअल लीव भी ले लूंगा, है ना, सब ले लूंगा. मैरिटल रेप भी ले लिया, और नॉन हिंदूज एंड नॉन वेज बैन भी ले लूंगा. आई टेक द नॉन वेज बैन एज वेल. सेम सेक्स इज डन. रेपिटेशन ऑफ द वो द आईएएस ऑफिसर्स इज डन. पॉवर्टी ऑफ एस्पिरेशन सन्याल इज डन. सेम सेक्स मैरिज इज डन. लिव इन इज डन. So non-Hindus are being banned in the Hindu temples, and the state is trying to do it. I don't know if they've passed any law against it or not, but even if they've thought about it, I think they've thought really bad. I would say, sir, I would start this answer, sir. I do not agree, sir, or I do not fall in line with this process, sir, or with this step, sir. First of all, sir, let's define Hinduism. Sir, the very essence of Hinduism is inclusion of all, sir. Hinduism says that the world is a family, sir. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And sir, Hinduism equals Sarva Dharma Sambhav. So, sir, every religion is good. I have no issues with that, sir. And sir, this is the definition of Hindu, that Hinduism is not exclusionary. This is all right. People, kindly mute yourself. If you are somewhere, you may shout whatever, but mute yourself. Second thing, sir, Hinduism is first thing is Hinduism is non-exclusionary, sir. It is a very inclusive religion. Vasudev Kutumbakam is the essence of Hinduism, or the core philosophy of Hinduism. Secondly, sir, my idea of God, that is my freedom of conscience, has been given to me by the Article 25, which says that any person, it does not mention any Hindu, any Muslim, any atheist, any agnostic person. It says any person has absolute freedom of conscience under Article 25, Clause 1. So, sir, I was born in a Hindu family, but my idea of God is Allah. My idea of God is Yeshu. Mera Yeshu Yeshu. My idea of God is Jesus Christ, sir. My idea of God is Vaheguru. My idea of God is Lord Buddha. My idea of God is Narendra Modi. I may worship him as well. My idea of God may be anything, sir. So, sir, I do not think that one should be, this right to conscience for any person should be taken away, sir. This is my humble opinion, sir. Article 15 also guides the government that the state shall not discriminate. What? Where? The state shall not discriminate on the basis of birth, BRRCS, birth, race, religion, caste, and sex. And sir, all the Hindu temples should be thrown open for the people, for all the people. So, sir, I think that just as we threw open all the Hindu temples for the people of so-called non-Brahmins, for non-Brahmin castes, so similarly, we just need to throw open all the Hindu temples for all the people. who have faith in Hinduism. And sir, it is actually making Hinduism rich when people of the other faith are coming and appreciating Hindu deities or Hindu gods or Hindu way of life. And you also say, sir, in our country, we see so many examples of religious intermixing. Sir, heroes like Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan bring home the Ganesha during Ganesh Chaturthi. Sir, the Siddhi Vinayak temple is visited by all faiths. Sir, the Dargah Moinuddin Chishti, the Haji Ali Dargah, the Kamakhya Devi temple, the Golden Temple Gurdwara, the Vaishno Devi temple, the Kedarnath temple, which we saw in the Kedarnath movie, even the Muslims relate to it, sir. They have now developed an affection towards those religions, sir, those deities, sir. So, sir, I do not think that it is a progressive step to not allow the non-Hindus. However, sir, now here, however, sir, every religious institution should have the right to regulate its code of conduct. That can be done secularly, sir. How that can be done secularly? You say, sir, just as we are not allowed to have chappals or shoes or our footgear in the temples, sir, equally it is to be followed by the Hindus and non-Hindus visiting that temple. Sir, many Hindus are also visiting the non-Hindu shrines like the Rumtek Monastery, Sikkim. How absurd would it be that Hindus are not allowed in the Buddhist shrines, which Hindus love to visit? And it would also reduce the tourism potential when the foreign tourists come to see the heritage or classical temples of Rajasthan or Dilwara temple. So, sir, definitely what we need to do is we need to open them for all. Sir, however, yes, the code of conduct can be maintained. It should not be exclusionary or exclusive to some people, some communities. Sir, the code of conduct should apply to all. If I, being a Hindu, can enter the Hindu temple by removing my shoes, then the Muslim entering a Hindu temple or a Sikh entering a Hindu temple should also do the same. Similarly, sir, if a Sikh is wearing a turban and a headgear and covering his head and entering the Golden Temple Gurdwara, sir, similar thing should be done by all the people entering the Gurdwara, be it Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. So, sir, this makes our democracy and our culture more vibrant. Do we agree here? If you have a doubt, you can raise it, you can talk to me, I will try to take it. But as of now, I feel that this is what I have for you when it comes to the Hindus, the non-Hindus not being allowed in the Hindu temple. Give me a yes, people. If you, yeah, I told you, Saugandhika, 26 allows. I told you religious institutions can regulate their own affairs. But I address this. You regulate your own affair, but you cannot apply your own affairs in discriminating between a Hindu and a Muslim. Regulating your own affair does not mean that you can violate 14, 15, and 25. Regulating your own affair under Article 26 does not mean that, see, you regulate your affair that nobody will drink and come to the temple. Now, does that mean that only Hindus cannot drink and come? Even Muslims will not come drink and come to the temple. Even Sikhs will not come, drink and come. If Gurdwara says that anyone entering the Gurdwara has to cover his head or her head, chunni lena hai, ya turban pehenna hai, ya rumal rakhna hai, so everyone, it has to be equal for everyone. This is called regulation. The other thing which you are saying is, Saugandhika, with your logic, I can exclude the Dalits also from Hindu temples. Yeah, and it is not an essential practice. Yes, Shirur Mat case, even the loudspeaker case or the Azan judgment. अजान जजमेंट जो था ना इलाहाबाद हाई कोर्ट का कि चैंटिंग ऑफ अजान ऑन लाउड स्पीकर इज नॉट अ एसेंशियल प्रैक्टिस एंड शिरूर मठ केस कहते हैं ना कि अच्छी सूरत को संवरने की जरूरत क्या है, अच्छी सूरत को संवरने की जरूरत क्या है, सादगी में भी कयामत की अदा होती है। तुम जो आते हो मस्जिद में अदा करने नमाज, क्या तुम्हें मालूम है कितनों की कजा होती है। So yes, Azan judgment and namaz. Azan is a call for namaz, and that call by the religious cleric does not have to be on the loudspeaker if it disturbs the other people at 4 a.m. This is what the Allahabad High Court said, that loudspeakers are not necessary, not necessary. They are not an essential practice under the religion. Right? Hmm. चलिए आगे चलते हैं. Let's not be too romantic about it. Azan and all. Marital rape. Okay. Okay. Non-veg. Non-veg also. So we are banning non-veg. We are banning non-veg food, and there's a ban culture going on. First of all, we are banning non-veg during the Kavad Yatras. Then we are banning non-veg during the Navratras. Then we are banning non-veg food. There was a recent notification. We are banning non-veg food 15 kilometers in the perimeter or the periphery of the Ayodhya temple. We are banning non-veg food. And then the Koratpur, yeah, Sumit ने भी बोला है, the Koratpur DM he banned, actually he undid that. उसने वो डिसीजन वापस ले लिया सुमित. बट बिकॉज वापस क्यों लिया? बिकॉज दैट वाज यूजलेस. That was a foolish ban. He banned non-veg food on Republic Day, glorifying it, or adding a communal color to the Republic Day as well. Please understand. Uh, I will not support this ban. I may be a Hindu, I may be a vegetarian. I still do not support this ban. You will say, sir, first of all, many Hindu and non-Hindu communities have non-vegetarian food as a staple food. मीन्स उनका ये तो दाल चावल की तरह, दाल रोटी की तरह उनका खाना है, मछली चावल, माछ भात एंड ऑल दैट, और चिकन राइस और मीट राइस और वॉट एवर. Many tribal communities have it. Many Hindu deities are also being offered the non-veg. Let's say many temples are there, many gurdwaras are there where bakre ki bali chadti hai wahan par, and similar to Bakrid, and the meat is offered to the deity, the local tribal deity. And some Bengali people told me that in Durga Puja, during the Durga Puja, during Navratras, there is non-veg served in West Bengal. So non-vegetarianism should not be strict towards Hinduism only, or you can't say that Hinduism is synonymous to vegetarianism. If you want to have non-veg, you have it. Now, yes, the sanctity of the religious shrine and the places outside, immediate outside that shrine, that have to be considered. Let's say I am living outside the Ayodhya, I am living in Ayodhya, but outside that Ram Mandir. So you can't have non-veg shops in the vicinity of Ram Mandir. The immediate market which is outside the Ram Mandir, where the prasad is being offered, or the chunni, or other tilak vagera, all those things are being bought. There you may not have non-veg shops. You can have a moratorium or a ban in the immediate vicinity. But then, if you say, sir, the 15-kilometer radius does not have to have a non-veg, maybe I am a Hindu or I am a non-Hindu and I am living, let's say, 10 kilometers away or 5 kilometers away from the Ayodhya temple, and I want to have a Burger King ka chicken McGrill, or whatever that burger. So should that be banned for me? I don't think so. Similarly, if I am in the Kavad Yatra, and what I am doing is I am taking my Kavad, and there are some meat shops in that particular area concentrated. The better thing is that the DM or the state authorities can, have a separate route for it. And you don't ban Burger Kings or non-veg restaurants during the Navratras or the Kavad Yatra. So what can we? They only have the problem with the meat shop which is open or which is hanging there. So that can be covered. It's a very simple solution to a problem which has been made very complex. To each his own. If you want non-veg food, you have it. If you don't want it, you don't have it. As simple as that. So I don't think that there has to be an issue with it. Non-veg, the sanctity of the religious shrine and the places around it can be made, but the distance can be rationalized. Non-veg, right to food, right to nutrition is your fundamental right under Article 21. You should not take it with a blanket ban. Are we agreeing here? Do you want to agree? Okay, fine. Next is Ladakh and sixth schedule. All right, let's move forward. Now, sixth schedule and Ladakh. Please understand. First of all, I'll discuss Sonam Wangchuk here, because every day I see a news article on Sonam Wangchuk that he has had his hearing in the Supreme Court and all. So even if you don't know why was he arrested, there was a protest. The protest was peaceful, but then it there was violence as well. Violence हो गई वहां पर, and he was detained under the National Security Act. Preventive detention में Sonam Wangchuk is arrested. Was his arrest unjust? You say, sir, in those circumstances, there was a little bit of violence in that area. To prevent a further violence, we arrested him. We detained the leader of the protest. Fine, sir. Now, second thing which you will say, sir, any person in India, if he or she breaks a law, he should be brought to books. If Sonam Wangchuk has broken a law, he should be punished, sir. I totally agree with it. However, यहाँ पर you start subtly defending him. You should, I think you should add a line that, sir, looking at the reputation of Sonam Wangchuk as a social reformer, Sonam Wangchuk as an educationist, as a scientist, as an international figure, as an Indian figure. He is respected by the Indian civil society, and sir, he is worshipped by the Ladakhis. Ladakh being a very sensitive region, sir. Ladakh Ladakis being very helpful in the high altitude warfare, and sir, even China is looking at it. China is looking at it, sir. So, sir, what I feel is, in my opinion, sir, definitely, sir, if he's done something wrong, then definitely he should be brought to the books. But, sir, if he has not done anything wrong, sir, we should expedite his process for the reason which I have stated. We should expedite his process, and we should remove him from the jail, or we should release him free as soon as possible, sir. We do not want to make a Kashmir 2.0 or a Manipur 2.0 out of Ladakh, sir. We don't want the animosity of the people of Ladakh. So they are patriots. Half of the, so many people in the protest of Ladakh were the ex-servicemen. So they were patriots. They were army men. So we don't want that, sir. Regarding giving the sixth schedule, see, I don't know what has happened there. क्या अभी system है वहाँ? It is a UT, obviously under an administrator. See, your approach should be in the sixth schedule. That, sir, in my opinion, there is no harm in giving the Ladakhis the developmental functions. The developmental functions in the form of, sir, the sanitation, the education, the health, the pashupalan, the sanitary, all that, sir, the culture, the marriages. What do we need? Why do we need these? We need to give them utmost autonomy. Let them choose their own leader and let them regulate all these things, sir. Let there be, decentralized democracy there with respect to these subjects. However, sir, the strategic subjects in the form of what? Sir, the strategic subjects in the form of law and order, police, land transfer, granting the citizenship rights, the communication, the border security. So that has to remain with the government of India. So this is what we should do with Ladakh, in my opinion, sir. Very simple. So do we agree, folks, on Ladakh? Shall we move forward? I think we should move forward. Right. Sonam Wangchuk and Ladakh. And with Ladakh also, people you will definitely mention, if you are discussing Ladakh, you will definitely mention, sir, please, I request the government of India to resolve it as soon as possible. This issue should not be kept languishing. I gave you 10 reasons. Sonam Wangchuk is very well respected, and Ladakh is very sensitive, and China is enjoying it. And recently, we need Sakshigam Valley also. We've talked about Sakshigam Valley. And you know what has happened in the latest development after the Indo-US trade deal? What significant thing has happened? Yes, can anyone tell me? आज ही हुआ है. अभी मैं I was taking a nap, and when I got up, I got this notification. I'll discuss that. America has, after US trade representative has given a comprehensive map of India. And the comprehensive map of India, what does it say? The comprehensive map of India says that POK is an integral part of India. And Shubhra, very good, not just POK, Shubhra. What do we say? The Aksai Chin, the Sakshigam Valley, the Arunachal. Earlier, that part used to be blurred. Now they have comprehensively released it. So it's like, and the Kala Pani areas also, which were there in Nepal. So it's a big diplomatic win for us. Yes, there has been a trade-off vis-a-vis the trade deal. We've appeased them. That's fine, but we've got that map now. सबको समझ में आ रहा है? Ladakh is very sensitive. We need Ladakh. Okay, why does China need Aksai Chin and Saksh Gam Valley? कोई बता सकता है? I'll tell you. See, Aksai Chin gives China a 24/7 accessible route from the Tibet to the Xinjiang region. And yes, Sumit says that it has the altitude advantage as well. बिल्कुल वो भी है, altitude का advantage भी है वहां पर, and it gives them a see Sakshgam Valley means a route. It gives them an alternative route, 24/7 route. It connects CPEC, it connects the Dardistan region or the Gilgit Baltistan region to the Xinjiang region of China. It does that. So it's very, very, very important for us, matlab for China. So that is why they are not giving it. It's a gateway to the Karakoram. And then Pavan Singh says, yes, Tibet is always, see, Himalayan and Hindu Kush and Tibet is the third pole of the world. It has reservoirs of fresh water. Okay, fresh water se yaad aaya, how will you negotiate Brahmaputra with China? China is not giving you the data even. What should you do if you were the official negotiator in Brahmaputra? China is not giving you. China is not bogging down. See, 30, what I have heard from the people is, and what I have read is 30% of catchment area of Brahmaputra is in Tibet and 70% is in India. And it's the water comes due to rains and all that. So Brahmaputra, uh, China is doing it. China is building the largest dams, and it says that it is the run of the river project, but I think it's the gravity dam. So what you will do is you will build a check dam. You will build check dams in your area so that when they release vast amount of water, you can actually control it. This is one area where you can work. You can not just one dam. You can build many check dams. Then the second thing that you're going to do is vis-a-vis China and Brahmaputra, you have to negotiate it well. You have to negotiate. Why don't you take the lower riparian states like Bangladesh and Nepal also, which also have the implications? There has to be a treaty which has to be signed. And thirdly, just as Indus Water Treaty is often taken to the Permanent Court of Arbitration for any dispute, similarly, we may also approach such tribunals, such international tribunals. Will that affect us? No, it won't. We need to put in that diplomatic capital. Can we do it with Bangladesh and Nepal on board? Yes, we should try them because Bangladesh is also a lower riparian state of India. Anything that impacts India and China will also impact India and Bangladesh. There are more than 50 rivers crossing from India to Bangladesh, the major ones being Tista and Ganga. So yeah, you could take this road. Menstrual leave. So Sogandika, you wanted my opinion on the menstrual leave. I welcome it. I welcome it because I think the state which has given it the menstrual leave, it's only 12 leaves per year and one leave per month. There are issues that yes, it's so intimate that you cannot question a girl that whether you have menstrual cramps or not, whether you have flows or not, whether the blood is there or not, whether you need a menstrual leave or not. You cannot check it, but the quantum of leave is so less that it doesn't need so much, it doesn't need so much considerations, it does not need so much thinking. 12 leaves, I think one leave per month is absolutely fine. She could take it once a month, or she could take it, I don't know what the exact nuances are, but you will support it. You will say, are there issues with hiring? Yes, there may be issues with hiring. If I am if I get a person, so let's say I have to choose an accountant for I have to choose a person for an accountant job in my institution. I get an option to choose a girl or a boy with equal skills. I may go for a boy because the boy will not take a menstrual leave. as simple as that. And the boy will never, and there is no concept of paternity leave for or maternity leave or paternity leave in India. Although BCCI gave that paternity leave to Virat Kohli, in several Western countries and Scandinavian countries also, that child rearing is not just motherhood, it is also fatherhood. So considering that, yes, it is a very progressive step. We need to change our mindset. So, Saugandhika, who should take the lead? I think the corporates should take the lead. It's not just the poor MSMEs or the small businesses. I think the corporates of India, the big people like Narayan Murthy, who are talking all about work life balance and all that. So, and Pradeep says that, sir, 15 days of paternity leave is available in the forces. Very good. It's a very progressive step. And you know what my experience is that there are so many organizations. Even I run an organization. And if my employee would want a paternity or a maternity leave, I would give them. That's, I mean, it's a happy thing. So we usually give them. It's about paid paternity or maternity leave. That I'll think twice. That should I give her this paid maternity leave, or should I give him this paid maternity leave or not? Paternity leave or not. But yes, it is a very progressive step and you need to support it. As simple as that. All right. Anyone from Karnataka here? I want to discuss the hate speech law with you. So hate speech law has been brought about in Karnataka. Only one of the selected candidates, I talked to him that why has the law been brought. He said, sir, the reality is that the community was getting polarized too much. There was the Son of Soils movement as well. And sir, there were some communal clashes as well in Karnataka. And there was the exodus of the outsiders as well, just as we saw that in Maharashtra as well, the bullying of the non-Marathi people. So, sir, considering all those things, the state brought in a hate speech law. And, sir, it was also, hate speech was also being done in the parliament, means in the Vidhan Sabha. The opposition parties were actually making some lewd comments, not so good, not so parliamentary comments or unparliamentary comments on each other. And that could have easily incited violence, and it could have easily incited communal hatred and all that in the society. And hence, the government had to come up with the hate speech law. The only contention here is that the hate speech should not suppress the fair criticism, and a reasonable balance has to be made. The restrictions have to be reasonable. The doctrine of proportionality, as mentioned in the Putta Swami and the Anuradha Bhasin cases also by the honorable courts, that has to be maintained, sir. So that, sir, it does not create a chilling impact on the society, sir, or the free speech. This is what you'll have to say with the hate speech. UCC, someone asked me UCC. So UCC has already been stayed now. See, ऐसा नहीं है कि the UCC notification was new. Earlier also there was equal opportunity cell. Now the so-called upper caste had only one UGC, sorry, not UCC. There was also an equal opportunity cell, Pradeep. Earlier also it was there. Now also it is there. Now there were some contentious provisions. The provisions were with respect to the complaints, that if you could complain and the case is registered or the complaint is registered, then you may be booked under the SC/ST Act without any representation from your community or without there being any judge from your community. Let's say I am a Dalit and you are a Brahmin, Pradeep, and I say that, okay, you have done harm to me, and I go to the cell and I complain against you. And if there is a report and if there is a consensus that, okay, his rights have been violated, and then I can file a complaint under the SC/ST Act with the approval of that committee. So that would be notorious and that could be misused. तो यही चीज कह रहे हैं, and it has to be. So the honorable code, you'll toe to the line of the honorable code, that, sir, the court has said that it created wide polarization and wide wedge between the communities. So we need to think more on it. We need to rationalize and we need to come out with such an equal opportunity cell that gives equal opportunities to all the communities. Rather, sir, it should be a secular cell. It should be an equal opportunity cell, and it should be a secular cell. And the people should be picked from all the streams, all the genders, all the religions, all the castes, and then, sir, a salad bowl has to be made. And, sir, consensual. It has to be by consent, not by vote. Because just as SARC works on consensus, or WTO works on consensus, not by majority voting. Majority voting, mein to there will be what? Mudslinging there. There will be fight between the communities. You make a parity amongst the members. So I think this is all about UGC, Pradeep. UGC में यही मुझे है, और मुझे कुछ नहीं दिख रहा है UGC में. Now recently, Russian oil, you are saying. Okay, Sumit is saying National Commission for Men. Okay, National Commission for Men. See, I am totally for the men's right movement. I am a pseudo feminist. Okay, jokes apart. uh, National Commission of Men could be made if you feel that the men are aggrieved in this country. So it also depends upon, see, the greatest happiness of uh, greatest number, you will say. The greatest happiness of greatest number says that you have to consider the majority. Majority of men are the victims. Majority of men are not the victims. It is only a slight minority of men that may be victims. For this to happen, we need to have a survey in the NCRB that how many men have reported domestic violence, or how many men have reported instances of rapes, and how many men have reported being beaten up or thrashed by the women, or how many men have been booked under false laws. They think that the laws are false. So, after this sociological survey on the lines of socioeconomic caste census in future, then Pradeep, yes, an equal opportunity cell for, or equal gender cell, or gender sensitization cell can be made. I feel. Yes, Kerala bus incident, I remember. See, Kerala bus incident, na, it should not be seen as a gender thing. It should more be seen as a media trial. The man was divorced, and the man was unhappy, and the lady filmed him. I did not see the reel, what was there in that. Was he actually violating her or not? If he was violating her, then he should have been booked. And the girl did the right thing. Means the girl's perspective is that she should not have posted it on social media. She should have given it to the police. It's more of a social media trial thing rather than a gender thing here. But then the man's reputation was violated, and Supreme Court in the Arvind Kejriwal versus Arun Jaitley case has said that right to life includes right to reputation. And in the criminal defamation case also, Supreme Court has always upheld criminal defamation, because if you are defamed, then your reputation is lost. And once your reputation is lost, your life and liberty is lost. So, right to life and liberty includes your reputation. It has been upheld in Putta Swami also, in your privacy also. I recall a report on media sensationalization, Justice Levinson report. It came in 2013. Justice Levinson report came from the United Kingdom about yellow journalism and media sensationalism. In that report also, I read that report completely, and in that report also, it was said that. So I feel that it was more about sensationalization of media rather than a man being violated by a woman, or a woman misusing her privilege as a woman. But yes, there have been some laws where gender laws have not been neutral, and there have been some laws which have been, women have misused those laws. We have seen that. Okay, Indore husband murder case. I don't know what husband was murdered in Indore. I don't know who was murdered. I don't know about the case. If you can talk about it, then I can explain. So Gandhika says, sir, should we make laws of rape, domestic violence, gender neutral? We can go with the same argument of National Commission for Men that you stated, right? Yes, absolutely. There should be a survey. So there can be an online survey. There could be a survey, just as the Aam Aadmi Party did the online survey for the even odd scheme. There can be such sociological surveys, and you know what has to come up. The think tanks of India have to come up, Saugandhika. Niti Aayog has to come up. The National Commission of Women should also be a participant in such surveys. Feminists have to come up. The elite institutions like the IITs, the social institutions like the JNU, the TIS, Institute of Social Sciences, the interns of these institutions have to come up. The PhD scholars have to come up. The PhD scholars on the gender laws who are reading about gender, they should come up, and they should come up with reports that okay, out of 10 men, 3 are witnessing violence by the women as well, and all these things. So what is your doubt in this, Deepak? तुम इसमें डाउट बताओ ना मुझे, क्या है? मेघालय में जो उसको जो सीमेंट के डिब्बे में बंद कर दिया था हस्बैंड को, that girl did with her boyfriend. So sensational media is in so many cases, na. In let's say Sushant Singh murder case, media was sensationalized. वो जो हीरोइन थी, कौन थी वो? उसको उन्होंने गिद्ध की तरह हीरोइन को दबोच लिया था मीडिया वालों ने. Such a stupid media. रिया चक्रवर्ती. Media is such notorious in India. I mean, it's the worst institution currently, which is harming our what do we say, democracy. हाँ, तो court has to restrain, and even the former president of India, Pranab Mukherjee, he's also spoken about media trials. Many have spoken. Media should not be sensationalized at all. There has to be a boundary drawn. Okay, some of you listen to podcasts. Should media podcasts or should the media debates be regulated on television news channels? UGC we have done, media debates we are discussing, men's rights movements we have discussed. हाँ, तो दीपक, तुम्हारा डाउट क्लियर हो गया है बच्चे? हैज योर डाउट बीन क्लियर्ड, मिस्टर दीपक? ठीक है, दीपक सेज यस. ओके, okay, what else do we have to discuss? Kindly tell me. Rajat is saying something. Please discuss issues which you have in mind. My mind doesn't work, Rajat. Okay. Okay, the red lines. Okay, marital rape, we've already discussed, Rupal. Or have we not? Okay, marital rape. You will support criminalization of marital rape. No, we've not discussed. Marital rape karte hain discuss. You say, sir, first thing, sir, rape is a rape. A wife being raped, or a lonely girl being raped who's not, or an unmarried girl being raped, sir, we cannot discriminate between the two. Secondly, sir, husband as the rapist or a stranger as the rapist, we should not discriminate between the two. Now there are contentions that, sir, the institution of marriage will break if we are reporting marital rapes, because it is very intimate and very private. But, sir, in such cases, why do we need to save that marriage? The institution is already broken if the wife is being raped. So that, sir, there is no question of institution of marriage. It is already deinstitutionalized. It is a very toxic marriage, sir. If there is, yeah, I'll discuss, Vishal, Indo-US, I'll discuss. Don't worry. So, sir, already if there is rape in the marriage, then already the marriage has been deinstitutionalized. What can be done, sir? A medical board can be set up. There can be guidelines. We do not need to leave a legal vacuum here, because then it will up to the individual judge or the discretion of the courts, whims and fancies of the interpreters, whims and fancies of the police to punish the husband or not to punish the husband. So, sir, what we need to do is we need to fill in this legal void or legal vacuum. What can be done is there can be provisions made. Similarly, just as we test that the burden of proof lies on a stranger who rapes a woman, sir, here the burden of proof can lie with both the people. And, sir, the women should report them. There should be some guidelines set on the lines of euthanasia. A medical board can sit, and that medical board which prescribes euthanasia should be allowed or not, passive euthanasia. Similarly, a medical board should be immediately set up within a day or 2 days of the complaint. And then, sir, a thorough medical examination of the wife should happen. And so then on the case, the Supreme Court should decide, or the honorable courts, High Court, or whichever court, they should decide on the merits of that case, sir. Should we have immediate arrest in these cases or stringent provisions like non-bailable, non-compoundable? Sir, we could relax it a little because it's an institution of marriage here. Sir, what we can do is we can create the family welfare committees. Just as the husbands and the in-laws are now not arrested immediately if there is an incident reported in domestic violence or dowry cases, similarly, sir, we could have a restraint there, that we should not immediately arrest the boy who has raped his wife or the man who has raped his wife. He should be, yes, given time to give his own standpoint. This means this can be done. No, Rupal, who said you are being emotional? Are you not being rational? You should have said, sir, I'm rather being rational. If you explain it just as I explained, you say, sir, I am being rational. How can we differentiate a wife being raped and an unmarried woman being raped? And what marriage are we talking about here, sir? Rupal, you can come on board. You can talk to me. I mean, if you want to argue with this.
Yes, sir. Actually, when I said the rape is rape, and the woman who is a victim needs to be protected by the law, equally as the law protects the unmarried woman. So I was told that, because you are a woman, you are looking at it from the perspective of a woman. And because the panel it was a formal setting, so I could not have argued like I usually would have.
There's a lot of
So
background
I just
noise, Rupal, and I can't hear you. There's a lot of background noise in there. Can you go place and talk to me? Else we can.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can. I can. Please go ahead.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm living in a dorm.
Okay. Fine.
Sir, is it better now?
Yeah, please tell me.
Yes, sir. So I was saying that when I made that argument, which you did just now, I was told that I'm looking at it only from the perspective of a woman. And then I said, sir, we can have safeguards like prima facie investigation can be conducted, etc. And then he said, okay, you are now giving me the solution also. I didn't ask you the solution. So he was basically not ready to accept my answer in any case.
He was a little taken aback by your wisdom, I feel. He could not take it that a woman can answer so nicely. Just reject his views. Usko reject kar dijiye aap. I am not a woman, I am a man, but I am supporting marital rape. I am supporting the criminalization of marital rape. Rape is a rape. It's a heinous crime. See, I have my mother also, I have my daughter also, I have my sister also. Would I want them to be raped by any man who knows me? No. Would I want to rape my wife?
Sir.
No. I would not want that. In
Yes,
fact,
sir. Understood, sir.
so you will say that, sir. How can he just argue nonsensically? Or he may, if he's a very smart person, he should support marital rape being criminalized. But he was just testing your attitude, that do you get bullied easily or not? Just as many people like to grill
But actually, it was in feedback that I was given this feedback. I was told I was being a little argumentative.
No. It was a wrong feedback. You please reject that view. A rape is a rape. For God's sake, a rape is a rape. Sir, I was told that the older board
Thank you
members
so much, sir.
to protect marriage as an institution. What should we do? No, but you are not old, Saugandhika. You are young. Let them protect it. You hold your horses. And Priyanshi says it, puts it wonderfully. Consent. You know what? मुझे अमिताभ बच्चन का वो पिंक वाला डायलॉग याद आ रहा है. No means no, sir. No means no. Consent, the concept of consent does not change in a marriage as well. She has put it wonderfully well, Priyanshi. Thank you so much for giving me this line. Yes, consent does not change if you become a wife. Consent is a consent. There was another web series मैंने देखी थी जो वहां पर भी this was marital rape का issue was there. Thank you so much, Priyanshi. चलिए, any other thing, my dear people? Okay, Rohan Aggarwal says caste census. Why not, sir? We should have a socioeconomic caste census. It is most welcome. See, there are issues with respect to the reforms in the reservation process. The reforms being that it is seen that some communities have taken a lot of benefits from the caste and they deserve it. We are not against it. But then there are some communities who are not getting the benefits out of the caste reservation or the caste proposals or the caste schemes and all that. We just need to know the reality check that what communities within those subcastes, within those castes, within those communities are actually more backward. Tharkaram says what can't be measured can't be managed. Absolutely. So if you cannot measure the deprivation of the subcaste groups, then how can you help them with those schemes? This is why the sub or a subcategory of the primitive, particularly vulnerable tribal groups was made. ठीक है ना? तो इसीलिए ये किया गया है. तो yes, socio-economic caste census is absolutely welcome. Okay. Okay, stand-up comedy crossing the line. Please understand. Okay, I'll give you the Ranbir Allahabadia case judgment now. Stand-up comedy, stand-up comedy crossing the line. Please understand one thing. Yes, they did cross the line, and Supreme Court asked them to take down those videos of Latent. Although I saw them and I enjoyed them, I enjoyed every episode of Latent. But then the Supreme Court might have enjoyed it before banning it, and they asked them to take it down. This is one thing. But the court did not punish the comedians. Why? Because court also wanted to uphold the liberty of speech and expression here. Please understand. कोर्ट ने उनको ये काम बंद करने से मना नहीं करा. Court did not ask them to stop doing comedy. Court asked them to start doing the good comedy. But court did not restrain their right to do business or right to have a free expression. Court simply said that you need to have that restraint. You need to draw that line. There are so many Bollywood movies also which the Central Board of Film Certification, what it does, it passes, which have abusive content, the content which is adult in nature, which has some unacceptable violence or child abuse or soft pornography or whatever. Should it be regulated? What should be regulated, Sumit? No, see, self moratorium, the community guidelines. See, there are two things now. One is the IT Act, which is regulating the OTT platforms. That can be the way forward. Self-regulation is one thing. The act which regulates and you can, as a user also, you can flag the content in the OTTs, and then there is the ministry also, electronics and information technology and all that. So 3 levels of regulations are there. For stand-up comedy, it will already be taken down by the YouTube because YouTube has community guideline standards. So when I will upload this video on YouTube, YouTube will take a consent for me that I am actually regulating my own video. I am certifying my own video, that my video, Sumit, in India being uploaded on YouTube India does not have what? It does not have abuse. It does not have violence. It does not have nudity. It does not have explicit scenes which are not suitable for the children. It does not have all these things. And when, Sumit, the YouTube does that, when YouTube actually accepts my video, because my channel is monetized now, YouTube will make me fill that online form. And if I say that, yes, it has a little bit of violence and explicit scenes, YouTube will categorize my video in those domains. It will definitely not show it to the YouTube kids, or it will definitely not show it to the people who don't like violent content. So YouTube has mechanisms. There are already mechanisms in place. YouTube India is doing it very nicely. It is doing it. When I upload my video, YouTube asks me to fill that form, that whether my video, this Vidyapeeth ka video, has those things. And if I mention that yes, those things are there, YouTube will also cross check it. And if YouTube feels that okay, this video has a lot of violence, it will categorize it under the violence head or the sports head or the education head. So we don't need any strict regulation on it. जो अभी current system है, the mighty regulates the YouTube platform and the OTT platforms, and there is an element of self-regulation of the content creators. This is what I discussed with Shivansh IRS on the other day, who was exactly asked this question because he had stand-up comedy on in his DAF. Right, Mr. Sumit? Is that clear? I mean, do you agree? Or you can talk more. Hmm. Okay, Sumit says yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, Chandni also says media podcast. So one thing I want to tell you about the media podcast here. See, if there is a news channel debate going on, you cannot regulate the debate. You can only give them some moral suasions or some moral guidelines. Can you select who comes on the debate or not? No. अगर वो मुझे बुलाना चाहें तो मुझे बुलाएं. वो एक आर्मी मेजर को जनरल को बुलाना चाहे, they can call an army major in their news channel debate. But yes, the debates are what the nation wants to know. Two people are shouting, there is cat mouse race, and there are hate speeches and abuses also sometimes on the media, and they are doing it for the TRP. It is only on the moral grounds that we can check them. And that moral ground also, we cannot enforce law. We cannot regulate the media debates by law. We should not, because then whatever is against the government of the day, they will be regulated, because media may be biased tomorrow. We don't know if media is biased or not. But government is the biggest advertiser also on the media platforms. So government is a customer of the media platforms, like let's say NDTV, ZTV, or whatever news channel. So government gives its advertisements, and media houses actually cannot go against the government. So there is a conflict of interest here as well. That media houses are not neutral, or they are favoring a particular section or a particular party or a particular government, because that political party is actually advertising on the platform. How will I go against Modi Sarkar if Modi or if BJP is advertising its policies on NDTV or on ZTV or on or whatever news channel? Morally, yes, they should not do it. Legally, can they do it? They are doing it. So media will not show all the right things about all, or all the wrong things about Modi, or right things about Modi or BJP, because government is the biggest customer of these media channels. Please understand. ये भी एक बात जरूरी है जाननी. All right. Any other thing? I'll scroll up and down. Yes, you can switch on your mic, Sensei, because it's very difficult to read so many comments.
हेलो सर.
हाँ सुमित.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन है सर, इन द रिसेंट टाइम्स देयर हैज बीन इंक्रीज इन वायलेंस बेस्ड मूवीज, तो इसको सेंसर क्यों नहीं किया जा रहा है? पहले इतना स्ट्रिक्टली किया जाता था, बट अभी वी आर नॉट रेगुलेटिंग वेरी स्ट्रिक्टली.
नहीं,
शुड वी डू?
देखो, ये वायलेंस, आप पता क्या है, ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स की एक खासियत है कि वो क्लासिफाई कर देता है कि ये वायलेंस है, इसमें ड्रग अब्यूज है, इसमें न्यूडिटी है, इसमें चाइल्ड वायलेंस है, इसमें एनिमल वायलेंस है, एनिमल क्रुएलिटी दिखाई गई है. अब सुमित, ये आपकी मर्जी है कि आप उसको देख रहे हो या नहीं देख रहे. आपका ओटीटी नेटफ्लिक्स प्लेटफॉर्म आपका प्राइवेट अफेयर है, आप उस पर जो मर्जी देखें. मुझे इन सब चीजों को रेगुलेट नहीं करना. कंटेंट क्रिएशन को मुझे और ज्यादा बढ़ावा देना है. सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ फिल्म सर्टिफिकेशन के बारे में एक कमेटी बनी थी, श्याम बेनेगल कमेटी, 10 साल पहले. उस श्याम बेनेगल कमेटी ने, हाँ, 2015-16 में बनी थी, आज 10 साल हो गए, इफ आई एम राइट. आप गूगल भी कर लेना. और वो पता है कब बनी थी? उड़ता पंजाब केस, विश्वरूपम केस एंड आरक्षण केस, ये तीनों मूवीज पर सेंट्रल बोर्ड ने अपनी कमान चलाई थी. आप क्या कहेंगे यहां पर? आप यहां पर ये बोलेंगे कि सर, द श्याम बेनेगल कमिटी एडवाइज द सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ फिल्म सर्टिफिकेशन, नॉट सेंसरशिप, to act as a certifier, not a censor of the content. If my movie has adultery, if my movie has violence and it is not suitable for the children, then it should rate or certify my movie as adult. It should not cut the violence scenes or the sex scenes or the nudity scenes whatsoever. ये सेंसर बोर्ड को रेगुलेट करने वाले जो कमेटी बनी थी, या जो गाइड करने वाली कमेटी बनी थी, श्याम बेनेगल कमेटी, आप गूगल कर लेना. उनका ये कहना था कि वी शुड नॉट कट द सीन्स, वी शुड रादर सर्टिफाई द मूवी एज एडल्ट और नॉन एडल्ट. इट कैन बी सीन विद पेरेंट्स, इट कैन बी सीन विदाउट पेरेंट्स और व्हाटसोएवर. आजकल की मूवीज पेरेंट्स के साथ नहीं देख सकते. Priyanshi has a Bollywood dance in her DAF. What should be your opinion? Objectionable lyrics. See again, objectionable lyrics. If you are from Bihar, if you are from Punjab, and if you are, in general, बिहार के गाने बहुत गंदे बन रहे हैं, है ना? एक तो सबसे पहली चीज ये है. सुगंधिका, आई विल कम विद योर डाउट एज वेल. वन सेकेंड, लेट मी आंसर दिस. आप मुझे मतलब माइक ऑन करके बोल दीजिएगा. आई टेक हर डाउट. बॉलीवुड डांस इन योर डैफ. हाँ, ऑब्जेक्शनेबल लिरिक्स. सी अगेन हेयर, I cannot control you from giving or creating the content. If you upload your content on YouTube, YouTube has to take care that this song contains nudity, violence, or it contains explicit lyrics or hate speech. This may contain hate speech, abusive songs. सो बिहार का अगर आपका डैफ है, या आपके इसमें सॉन्ग्स हैं ऑब्जेक्शनेबल लिरिक्स, वैसे आपको पूछ ले, या फिर स्पेसिफिकली बिहार के जो गाने बन रहे हैं या यूपी के जो गाने बन रहे हैं, भोजपुरी इज अ वंडरफुल लैंग्वेज. भोजपुरी इज सच अ स्वीट लैंग्वेज, बट द करंट म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री हैज ruined भोजपुरी. The songs are so illicit, they are cringe worthy, not binge worthy. They are so bad. So in that case, you cannot control them. There can only be a moratorium on the moral grounds. People or the society should not enjoy them. They should start rejecting them. YouTube may have or should have a dislike button for such songs. The other day, I saw a podcast of that guy from Khan sir from Bihar. He said that जिन गानों में इतनी अश्लीलता है और उसको 1 मिलियन बिहारी व्यू कर रहे हैं, तो ये सोसाइटी का पतन है, बनाने वाले का दोष नहीं है, ये सोसाइटी का देखने वाले का दोष है. उसमें कुछ गलत नहीं है जो वो बोल रहा है, जो बोल रहा है वो जो भी बोल रहा है, जो जो कुछ भी कर रहा है. बट शुड वी से दिस? आई डोंट नो. शुड वी बैन देम? नो, आई डोंट थिंक वी कैन बैन देम. I mean, Punjabi songs have all the vulgarity. Punjabi songs are the worst songs when it comes to women empowerment. Honey Singh और other, इनमें बहुत ज्यादा women के लिए derogatory शब्द हैं. There are a lot of derogatory things said for women in these, all the Punjabi misogynist, chauvinist and patriarchal songs. चार बोतल वोद का, काम मेरा रोज का, and all that nonsensical things. So ठीक है, he has his own view. He has the freedom of creation. He's a good singer. You don't listen to it. Very simple. If you don't listen to it, the people don't listen to it, his TRP will go down. He'll be rejected as a singer. Very simple. Should we ban them? No, Priyanshi, we can't ban them. Yeah, Sugandhika, please go ahead. 16th Finance Commission changed criteria. It is not beneficial for the southern states. How to address their concerns even with respect to delimitation exercise? Please understand. I don't know the new criteria. I haven't read it. But delimitation ke liye, you say, sir, currently there are a lot of fiscal federal issues going on in the country, sir. Sir, the time may not be ripe for such an exercise if all the southern states are up in arms. And sir, with the new population criteria, definitely, sir, there would be seats reduced for the southern states. Sir, what we may do is we may have a temporary ban or a moratorium on the change, or a temporary freeze. What is SRT session? Can we have an SRT session? What is SRT? Let me address this delimitation thing. You say, sir, the fertility rates of the northern states are also coming at par with the average, Indian average. The fertility rates have declined much in UP and Bihar as well, sir. So, sir, in the few years, let's say in 5 years or 10 years, and within the next decade, the the birth rate will freeze in these states as well. And then, sir, I don't think we'll have to reduce the seats of the southern states and increase the seats of the northern states. So slowly and steadily, sir, it will come at a parity. Very simple. And then what can be done overall with the federal issues? There are so many federal issues. The president's rule is there, the AFSPA is there, and then the use of CBI NED is there, the governor's role is there, the governor certifying the bills or holding the bills of the state governments, and there was a tussle between the LG and the State Assembly of Delhi and all that. So these things are there. The schemes are there and all that. What should we do? Can we fight? Can we fight? So no, you can't fight. You can't fight the state government. Mamata Banerjee cannot come up with arms against Modi and vice versa. We need a dialogue, sir. It is high time that the President of India rolls out what? Sir, it is high time that the President of India rolls out an interstate council under Article 262, 263. एंड उसके बाद क्या हो सकता है 260 हाँ द इंटरस्टेट काउंसिल के बाद सर देर आर गवर्नर्स कॉन्फ्रेंसेस देर आर चीफ मिनिस्टर्स कॉन्फ्रेंसेस देर इज द नीति आयोग सर एज अ थिंक टैंक एंड एज अ नेगोशिएटर and then sir there are the zonal councils sir the extra constitutional bodies so sir we need to kick in these mechanisms and we need to have a dialogue thirdly sir there has to be a political restraint sir for all these federal issues both the central government and the states government should have a restraint sir only then can we have a vibrant democracy sir. See, SC/ST creamy layer, now that we've removed the creamy layer or we've given the economic criteria with respect to the general category also, we've given the reservation to the economically weaker sections in the general category also. Can we do that reversely for the SC/ST? Yes, sir, we may go ahead. It means that we are now giving the economic criteria for the overall reservation. Now we are moving from identity based to status based. Status means situation based. If my situation in society is that I am a very poor person, then be it from the SC/ST community, be it from the economically weaker section general community, so I am moving away from the identity, I am going towards economic parity. So this could be a progressive step, Rajat. Yes, India is a caste society. India is not a class society. But slowly and steadily now, due to intercaste marriages, also due to the society progressing, also due to education levels, also rise in poverty levels, also due to the urbanization, also the caste structures are dwindling, Rajat. So in future, yes, definitely there could be an economic criteria. Currently, should we do it? No. First of all, there should be a socio-economic caste census. That evidence-based categorization. Yes, that's your view and that's a correct view. Socio-economic caste census. सबसे पहले you need to have an evidence that whether or not this sub-community amongst the SC/ST candidates is doing better or not. The other day I saw an article, not an article or a post about the Meena community. That Meena community is enjoying all the benefits or reaping all the benefits of caste status in the ST category in the Rajasthan. Yes, we see a lot of Meenas in IITs, IIMs, and the IAS. They deserve it as well. And then the future generations also take it. If the parents have taken it, future are also taking it. There is no harm in that. If the government has given me, I would have taken it. So that's not a big deal. But should there be subcategorization? Yes, there might be some communities within the MENA communities also who might not be getting the benefits what the mainstream MENA communities are getting. So for that, we need to have a survey, we need to have a socio-economic caste census and a fair census. Okay, is the Election Commission of India working well? You say, sir, yes, Election Commission of India is working really well, sir. Why is it working really well, sir? It is fulfilling all the constitutional mandates of free and fair elections. And wherever there is an element of unfairness, sir, there are remedies. You can write to the Election Commission and you can write to the Honorable Courts of India. ठीक है ना? I can actually, I can write to the Honorable Courts of India. I can take the legal route also. And Election Commission of India has also been coming up with what? What do we say? It has also been coming up with the press conferences. There were questions raised regarding the EVM, and Election Commission of India came with a hackathon that you hack an EVM and tell me, and I'll replace it. So all those things make it transparent. Are you happy with the appointment of the Election Commission of India? You say, sir. The present process, yes, it is good because it has an element of discussion between the two members of the government and a leader of opposition. Earlier, we did not have a leader of opposition. Now we have it. However, sir, the politicians appointing a regulator for their own elections, I think takes away more or less directly or indirectly the notion of the separation of powers also, sir. And sir, it also takes away the principles of natural justice. And sir, for that, to increase the legitimacy of the process and to make it more credible in the eyes of the people, what we can do is, sir, we can definitely add more members to the community. We can either go back to the Anup Barnwal judgment, which had a Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition and the Supreme Court Chief Justice. And sir, if we don't want to flirt with this committee, we may keep this committee of the PM and the Cabinet Minister and the Leader of Opposition of the Lok Sabha in it. We can add two new members in it, sir. The two new members can be, sir, one can be the CJI and the other can be the Leader of Opposition in Rajya Sabha. So, sir, the new community can be much more vibrant and the new community can be much more consultative. It could be perceived much more neutral. There would be two members of the ruling party. There could be two members of the opposition, one leader of opposition Lok Sabha, one Rajya Sabha, and then, sir, the third member, the neutral arbitrator, that is the CJI. So this is how the election commission works. और बोलिए, कोई और डाउट है आपको? 10, 15, 20 मुद्दे हमने डिस्कस कर लिए हैं. कुछ और आपको इच्छा है तो you people come up. I'll try to answer that to the best of my ability. Okay, there's a doubt. Okay, sir, I have tourism business with my husband and asked me question like, if I get selected and my husband demands favor related to tourism, what answer can I follow, sir? As I have to simply deny to my husband. But what should you say next? Okay, please. Okay, Russia oil buying, I'll discuss, Rahul, and red line in Indo-US. Oh my God, I'm skipping these questions. Ruko. Okay, social media ban. Let me note it down for you people. रुको, बहुत सारे डाउट्स हैं आपके. आप एक एक करके बोलते रहा करो ना, माइक ऑन करके बोल दिया करो, बिकॉज मेरी चैट आगे चली जाती है, तो ऐसे तो मुझे कहाँ याद रहेगा नन्ही सी जान को. आप थोड़ा सा मेरा भी हेल्प करो ना बच्चों. ओके, सबसे पहले रशिया ऑयल बाइंग आई एम नोटेड. दूसरा इंडो यूएस डील. तीसरा आप क्या कह रहे हैं? मैं हस्बैंड वाले पर आ रहा हूं. सोशल मीडिया बैन फॉर चिल्ड्रन. ओके, ठीक है, आई विल डिस्कस ऑल दीज थिंग्स. एक हस्बैंड वाला क्वेश्चन. ओके, आप एक आईएएस ऑफिसर हैं और आपकी वाइफ का या आपके हस्बैंड का टूरिज्म का बिजनेस है. पहली चीज है ना. ओके सर, बीच में थैंक यू आपको. ओके, टेल मी सौगंधिका. ओके, इज देयर अ डाउट?
No, sir, I was giving you a thank you in beach mein of all the doubts. I was saying thank you, sir.
ओके, वंडरफुल. थैंक मी लेटर. थैंक मी विद योर रैंक. आप एक मोक्ष रैंक लेकर आए, इस बार सिंगल डिजिट रैंक लेकर आए, और फिर मेरा शुक्रिया अदा करें आप. ठीक है, मुझे और भी अच्छा लगेगा. अभी मत थैंक करें मुझे. तो चलिए रशिया ऑयल की बात करते हैं. सी, yes, there has been a reduction in the percentage in the Russian oil. ठीक है, and the oil has been declined. Please understand one thing. Yes, it is happening due to the US pressure. Why? Because Russia also understands sensitivities of India, that Trump has been arm twisting. It has not just been arm twisting India, it has been arm twisting the whole world, because he has weapons, because he has money, because he has dollars, because he has power, because he's a madman. So, sir, Trump is a loose cannon and he has been arm twisting with respect to all the countries of this world, sir. So, sir, we are also a part of it. Sir, our policy towards Trump is of a strategic silence or a strategic restraint, because, sir, we want to let these winds pass. So that is why, sir, now I'll answer both the questions. Sir, in the Indo-US deal as well, what we did is, sir, in the Indo-US deal as well, sir, we accepted a good treaty. We even gave them some leverages. The devil is in the details, sir. The details will come out when the treaty will be implemented more, sir. However, sir, in order to pacify and calm down and cool down things, sir, we did what was appropriate as per the moment, heat of the moment. Sir, we cannot, we don't want to deal with an anguished Donald Trump. We don't want to deal with a very aggressive Donald Trump, sir. India and America are very good allies, sir, and Trump is a very temporary phenomenon. And, sir, again, I would say, which I said in the previous video, that, sir, the past has been a witness that, sir, President Trump, after he goes away, the Democrats, they reverse all his aggressive policies, sir. Just as, sir, joining the UNESCO again, joining the WTO again, funding the UN again, and these illogical tariffs on the people of the other countries again, sir. So, sir, yes, we need to put in our diplomatic capital. Sir, there have been no losses. Sir, something had to be brokered because America is America and we do not have the negotiating power with America. There's a lot of difference. We need to respect the reality also, sir. So that is why we took the deal. So 3 more years will pass away. Now you are putting in your diplomatic capital, you are negotiating things. Yes, there are 3 more years, but this world is not ending after Trump. Na? What can you do? You can't unsettle him for 3 years. You have to deal with him. This world is not ending after Trump. This world is improving after Trump. This world improved between Trump 1.0 and Trump 2.0. The world will improve again, sir. You say. Can you just dethrone him now? Can you wage a war with America? No. You have to deal with him. So deal. So that is why. So do you think that India should not have retaliated if there was Joe Biden there? No, we would have retaliated. It is only Donald Trump and his personal language that we are not doing it. See, agri products import, yes, we have allowed agri products import, but I do not know the. Okay, can you just specify the list, Vishal, कि कौन सी list में agri products हैं हमारे यहाँ? Maybe those we are already importing a lot of agri products from many countries. We are importing pulses from Tanzania. We are importing corn also from America. We are importing chicken also from America. We are importing dals and oil seeds and palm oil from Malaysia, Indonesia. So we are already doing that. ऐसा नहीं है that India does not import a single drop of agri products. So we are doing it from America now. We can give incentives to our farmers also in that. And sir, if in future, if we find that there is a sudden surge and there is dumping of the agri products, which is hurting our markets, we can take steps. We can talk to America again that this will not be acceptable due to the social resistance. See, it is not a final patthar ki lakir that we have said that we will import. It is only that we needed to pacify them. ऐसा नहीं है कि ये पत्थर की लकीर है. What if Trump tomorrow backs off with this deal? He can do that. So can you not negotiate with him? Yes, you can. Right, Saugandhika and Vishal and what do we say? Red line in Indo-US, Vishal and Deepak. I'll come back to your question. Rahul Karad, you also say, sir, yes, oil buying has reduced, but sir, Russia knows our sensitivities. Russia also said this when we joined Quad that Russia understands India's complexities that it has to join Quad because of the China factor. China is not bullying Russia, but China is bullying India. So India had to join Quad and AUKUS. And India had to have an Indo-Pacific relationship with these like-minded Western democracies, even if they are against Russia. Russia knows Indian sensitivities towards Russia. Okay, or कौन है? Social media ban for kids. See, please understand. You say, sir, yes, definitely. Australia is banning it for the kids under 16, but they've not completely banned it. Denmark is banning it for under 15. Even Scandinavians are taking. Sir, blanket ban is neither desirable nor feasible in Indian conditions. Sir, there are 1 billion mobile phone users in India or internet users in India. It is impossible to ban social media, and then something which is banned, then it will go the other way. You can use VPN to access so many things. There were porn sites banned. 800 porn sites were banned in India. The ministry gave a whole list of porn sites कि हमने ये साइट बैन कर दिया है. People made another site with that, कोई एड्रेस वगैरह लेकर. I don't know what is the process. People still have access to porn in India, although the government has banned them. मतलब your incognito window or whatever you want to say. So banning is not the solution here. Regulating is. In case of social media, what Australia has done this, you can do that. It has put the onus on the platforms that you regulate or you ensure that your user is a child or an adult. And if it is a child, then you will not show him any content which is not meant for him. And if you ensure that if he's an adult, then he can see whatever he wants to see. So it is you who will have to regulate the content as per the user which you are making sit in front of you. Do it by algorithm, do it by artificial intelligence, it is your headache. Now the whole burden of this rationalization of content is on the social media platforms in America, in Australia. Second thing, we also need to sensitize the parents in India. I have seen it with my example that if a small child cries of 4 to 5 years, the mother gives him a mobile phone that le mere bacche chup ho ja, laadle chup ho ja, raja beta chup ho ja, and he plays with the mobile phone and he shuts down, he shuts up. So this is a very strong precedence that we are setting. A child will think that mobile phone is his organ. Do we keep our toothbrush 24/7 with us? No. We use a toothbrush early morning and we place it in the stand. Similarly, we should use the mobile phone also when there is need. We need to sensitize what? We need to sensitize the parents, the teachers, the school. In fact, in Haryana, the schools are back to the normal boards. The digital education and the tab culture did not work in Haryana. Because how can you study maths on tab? No, you need a blackboard, a fast board, and you need to, paper and pen you need for solving those maths numericals. And you need, for good handwriting, also you need that pen and paper. Tabs cannot help you in studying in regular education. I don't think so. So, social media ko kam se kam kare hum. We need to reduce it. It will increase the attention span of Indian kids, and their eyes are already weak. Indian students are lacking nutrition. छोटे छोटे बच्चों को भी have मोटे मोटे चश्मे. So that will also be catered. Their health will also be catered. Their mental health will also be catered. And then digital India is not about empowering students to learn on tab. Digital India is about the ease of getting government services, more about ease of getting things done for which you had to go to the government's office. है ना? तो ये वाली चीजें हैं. This you can say. Social media हो गया, India US deal हो गया, Russia oil हो गया, marital rape हो गया, ब्रह्मपुत्रा हो गया. So many issues we've discussed. Anything else? कुछ और याद आ रहा है? ऐसे तो हजारों क्वेश्चंस है यार. ओके सुमित, इसको बोलो यार. तुम ऑनलाइन माइक ऑन करके बोलो. I'll take your doubts now. Switch on the mic and tell me if you have doubts. Otherwise, I'll go down and have dinner. हाँ जी बताइए. सुमित बोलिए. खुलकर
सर
बोलो. There is no issue. I'm sitting with you. हाँ बोलो.
सर ये ट्रांसक्रिप्ट का था कि मूवी रिफ्लेक्ट्स सोसाइटी एंड देयर इज अ ग्रोइंग वायलेंस बेस्ड मूवी इन टुडेज टाइम लाइक एनिमल. तो डज इट शो दैट आवर सोसाइटी बिकमिंग मोर वायलेंट?
Sir, the movie clearly gives a notification. मैंने भी देखी है Animal. The movie clearly gives a notification that all the events are fictitious. So how is it showing the reality? Sir, fiction hai, sir. Yes, sir, there is violence in society, there is love in society, there is romance in society, there is hatred in society, there is religion in society, there are so many human emotions being expressed, sir. And then violence is one of the human emotions, sir. Not every movie is as violent as Animal, sir. That is why it was rated A by the censor board, CBFC, Central Board of Film Certification. It was certified as A, sir, so that the children don't see it. And there were some inappropriate, not inappropriate, there were some love making scenes in that movie, and women were not being treated to the best of my knowledge. जो मैंने देखा उसमें, I did not like the movie. It was really patriarchal, it was really misogynist. Yes, you can love the machoism of the movie, but I don't think that's heroism at all. When you beat up your wife or you slap your wife, I don't think that's good. The things which were depicted, in that movie Huck also, there are things which are discussed which which says that society is good or bad, or you should not judge the whole society on the basis of a movie. No, that's only an art, drama, fiction. That's not the reality. Or bolo. Yeah, Samsung. हाँ बोलो Samsung. Yes, Chandni, tell me.
Sir, what are your views on ongoing stray dog regulation case in Supreme Court?
I don't know what has been the verdict of that case. मतलब अभी तो Supreme Court has stayed ना. Supreme Court had stayed the cruel way in which the stray dogs were being managed in the honorable court. And what we need to do is we need to have some we cannot just take the stray dogs in those bags, and with the animal rights can be cruel here, Chandni. What needs to be done is we need to have enough dog shelters, and we need to sterilize them, we need to vaccinate them, and that is the way forward. We need to have those regulations. We cannot do it immediately today. There are lakhs and lakhs of dogs, and we cannot kill them simply.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so Gandhika says Delhi case of 800 missing people in first 15 days of the year. So Delhi police has come up with a video that this report is misinformation, first thing. And there is no abrupt increase in the people in there is no abrupt increase in the number of missing people. Yes, this looks very scary, even if this is a normal thing. So what they mean to say is that it is not that earlier, only 80 people were missing, now 800 is missing. What the Delhi police has come up with the argument is that earlier also 800 were missing, now also 800 are missing. So there is no abrupt rise in the rise. But 800 are missing is an alarming thing. Why are they missing? They might be abducted, they might be killed, they might have left their own house due to mental health issues, due to urbanization related issues, due to economic woes, due to not being able to pay the rents and all that. It is similar to a farmer committing suicide in Maharashtra. This is how I see the case of missing people. When I am depressed, I leave my family and everything. या फिर गायब कर दिया परिवार ने, रेफ्रिजरेटर, जस्टिस, whatever. You want to talk something more about it? You can talk. Okay, if I am the commissioner, how would I address it? Obviously, I would register 800 FIRs. If I would register all the FIRs and I would come out on social media that whosoever has a missing person in their family should contact us immediately. And we will use social media, and I will make a special page of missing people that whosoever finds such a person should report it. I mean, I had a missing dog, so I reported it on social media, and it came out. So there can be those social media platforms. There can be the NGOs. There can be absolutely police can be sensitized. If and there can be a social message being spread. Hotline numbers to do gayi, that if you find a missing body or a missing person, report it here. And there can be a sensitization also regarding the mental health, that if you see some issues of different patterns or different behavior in your husband, in your child, in your daughter, in your wife, in your father, in your mother, do talk to them. It has to be both preventive as well as curative. Preventive can be sensitization of families. The Ministry of Health and Information can give out guidelines. And then there can be guidelines regarding the school children also. The right to education must include the right to safe education. I am quoting the Avirash Mehrotra case, that student should not just reach the school safely, he should also come out of the school safely and reach the home safely. सो स्कूल का ये ड्यूटी होना चाहिए कि एक स्कूल बस का अरेंजमेंट किया जाए, और वो घर पर जो बच्चा जा रहा है, या पेरेंट्स की ये ड्यूटी होनी चाहिए कि दे शुड कम टू टेक द चाइल्ड. इट शुड बी मैंडेटेड. अदरवाइज अगवा हो जाएगा बच्चा आपका. अब पुलिस तो नहीं छोड़कर आएगी ना. I would do this if I were the commissioner. I would take some practical steps on ground. If you want to add or subtract a subject, you can. A step you can. Yeah. Saugandhika. All right, you are taking it. Thank you so much. Any other doubt, guys? Okay. 7 more minutes. I'll go at 9:15, guys. I'm waiting for your doubts. If there is no hand being raised, I'll go soon.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Saugandhika.
Sir, recently too much financial information has come, sir, with respect to budget, economic survey, finance commission, and all that. So, what kind of questions can we expect, and how to target it, sir? Especially for me, who's not from an economics background, sir.
Do you have the word? Do you have the word economics in your DAF?
No, sir. I
Then
mean,
you
it
are
was
just
one of
overthinking.
my
Then
subjects.
you are
That's
just overthinking. Then you
okay.
are just overthinking, because we had a survey in our group also, and 7 to 8 people said that they did not have an economics background. They were not asked any question on economics. They were asked nothing from the survey or the budget. And secondly, there was one person, I think Aisha thi Kerala se, she was having economics in her DAF, and she was asked question on economic survey, but it was very manageable. It was very easy. That why is the rupee rising, or rupee falling rather? Why is the gold rising and all that? So I think these questions can be easily managed, Saugandhika.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, I'll take your leave. Now I am dowsing. I have had a long day. Okay, regarding the interviews, guys, see, let me tell you practically that there are a lot of students. I am taking the group sessions. Are you okay with the group sessions? Like, I'm sitting with 5 to 10 people, and then I'm asking questions to each and everyone, and then they are jotting down things. I have also decided to take those, what do we say, one-on-one DAFs, because social and international issues I have already discussed in all my videos. जो दो चार बचे होंगे वो आप डाउट पूछ सकते हैं. I would do the DAF analysis on phone only. Like, instead of a Zoom call, if you want to sit on a Zoom call is, it's all good. But otherwise, what we can do is, what we can just telephonically also discuss your DAFs and all. हम ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. Okay. हाँ. So हाँ, I know Ankur. Even Ankur, I want a DAF session with you. I want one-to-one DAF session with you. I will give you all. Don't worry. मैं 10 चाहे 10-15 मिनट ही मैं आपको दे पाऊं, मैं आप सबको कोशिश करूंगा, मैं जितना. सी, दिस रिस्पॉन्स हैज बीन ओवरवेलमिंग. I know, and I have been trying my level best to accommodate each and everyone. But I am a human, and I have a small child in my home. That is my father, because he's not well. So he's an aged person now, 70 years of age, and he's unwell. So I have to look into his health also. So that is why now, I am, my mind is like here and there. आप लोग भी बहुत जरूरी हो मुझे, मैं ये नहीं कह रहा आप लोग जरूरी नहीं हो, बट उनका हेल्थ भी मैं देख रहा हूँ. एंड 3 days कंटिन्यूअसली आई वाज यू नो traveling from Ambala to Chandigarh for his health. So I will, yeah, thank you so much for your wishes. I will try my best to accommodate each and every person, but don't hate me if I don't. This is what my request is, because I will try my level best to, and every child for me is special. Every person is special. Whoever has come to us and whoever is a part of our group, they are all special. So I will definitely try to accommodate each and every one of you. I'll call you myself and talk to you regarding your DAF and your everything. So don't worry, people. All right, folks. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. You were all awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hmm.